So, hello. I've got something to say. And beings, I've got something to say. Is this message for you? I was downstairs in my kitchen cleaning up the spot that the Keurig maker took. And the phrase, people like to give advice. And they do like to give advice. And I'm wondering if the people who like to give advice to others so freely, can they themselves, hello, Applebrooks, honey, can they themselves take the advice from others that they like to give to other people? Why is it that, say, if I want to do something a certain way, why is it that somebody might want to come around and tell me how to do that thing their way? Well, what's wrong with the way I'm doing it if I'm quite confident in how I'm doing it? And what if, say, I have a difference of opinion, but you don't like my difference of opinion, so you want to give me your opinion. You want to give me some advice on how I go forward in life, how I make decisions, and what decisions are going to be best for me personally. See, there's all too often, is this message for you? All too often, there are people, you may be one of those people on both sides, one on one side and one on the other, who like to give advice to others, regardless if it's asked, regardless if it's, if they, no, you all, the advice that you're so eager to give to others. Are you that very type of person who does not like others to give you advice? Are you? Chances are, you all, I've got something to say, and this is for somebody. This phrase entered my mind about people giving advice while I'm sitting there cleaning the counter after doing my walk. People want to give advice to others because they think that their way is the only way. Their way is the right way. They want to tell you how to live your life, more or less. They want to tell you what to do, where to go, what to buy, what not to buy, what to say. They want to tell you how to basically live your life and make your own decisions. They want you to make the decisions that they themselves personally would make. The problem with that is you are not in that other person's shoes. And you are not going through the motions of life, experiencing everything that this other person who you want to give your advice to is experiencing and has experienced. You don't have the background history of that other person that you're giving your advice to. Sometimes they shove the advice down your throat. You ever notice that? They shove it down your throat, and they'll keep repeating it over and over and over because you don't respond. Well, the reason the other person is not responding, they don't want your advice, okay? They probably tired of you telling them what to do. You all, this is for somebody. If you are that person who keeps trying to tell people what to do, keeps giving them advice, and they're not listening, well, that's the problem right there. If you're all too often, you all, I got to get some light on me, you all. I do. Hold on. Turn on a light. I'll get some light. There are people, the sun went out. Somebody tried to cover up the sun. Okay, there are people really who want to give other people advice all the time. And, have you ever thought about maybe they got so much on their shoulders as it is? They got the world on their shoulders. They're carrying the world on their shoulders. They're doing the best that they can. And they are, you all. If you're one of these people who are, it's like if I hear them say another word, I'm going to lose it. You might be that person who people are trying to tell you how to live your life, trying to tell you what you are supposed to do and how to do it, what to say, what not to say. And it's like the straw that broke the camel's back. So there are people who's had enough. They've had enough. And if you're that person who likes to just be that straw that breaks that camel's back, be that person that just pushes them over the edge because you're clueless. You may be clueless. You really may be clueless. You may not realize what you're doing when you're So freely giving your opinion on absolutely everything without taking into consideration the other person's opinion or what the other person thinks. You all, this is for somebody. It really is. And it's not for me. Okay, I don't like people telling me what to do all the time either. I don't. Y'all, please be respectful in your comments. You're going to get your comments deleted. And if you are a repeat offender, you're going to get blocked. You will. And this is serious, you all, because we're living in a day and age, we are, when we're doing our best just to even make it through each waking moment, each passing day. We're doing the best that we can. Okay, we are. And there's a reason that you have got this far in life if you're doing the best you can and you've overcome many obstacles in your life. You've learned things the hard way, but you persevered through everything that you went through. It's because you didn't give up. And I guarantee you this, you all. You don't see the other people who are all too eager to give you the advice being willing to walk in your shoes. No, they're not. They're not walking in your shoes. They're not making those tough decisions that you're making. Thank you, Francisco. They're not making those tough decisions. It's easy. It's easy to tell somebody what to do if you're not in their position, because all it is words. But your words are like a double-edged sword. Sometimes your words that are meant to encourage others, it discourages them, okay, because they're at the breaking point as it is, you all. Instead of being all too eager to throw that advice out, throw that opinion out, well, this is really what you should have done, or this is what I think you should have done, that may be too much. Okay, just be considerate of other people's feelings, you all, please. Be considerate, because if the tables are turned, and if you're going through difficulties, we all know, when you're going through a trying time in your life and you're trying to make sense of it in your mind, what's going on, because you've been through something like that before, and you're just trying to like work it all out in your mind, and you have somebody comes along, keeps interjecting their opinion and stuff. They're like throwing a monkey wrench into your internal thoughts, okay? Your internal process. You all don't mind. Okay. And Trey 57 did a video. Mind your own business. Okay. If you mind your own business, you can't be minding. You'll be too busy to mind my own business, you all. Really. We really do need to mind our own business at times and quit being so. As a matter of fact, I think you really need to do this. Why aren't you doing this? I'm guilty at times. I am when I want something done and it's been months and months and months. I'm thinking, okay, why? But I try to be very patient. I'm a very patient person. I am. But I don't want somebody trying to ram their opinions and telling me what to do time and time again when I know what I got to do and I got my own priorities. You may have your own priorities too, and you may have your own way of doing things. If you're the person who likes to give unsolicited advice to people just because you feel it's your duty to inform the other human beings on earth, please take a look at the inside of you. Okay, please. And say, am I being compassionate? Am I being loving? Am I being kind? This is the big one. This is the really big one. Am I giving this person the space that they need during their time of need, when they just need to figure things out, to gather their thoughts together? Am I giving them the space? Because a lot of us, me including myself, I need my space to figure things out, in order to think, in order to do some introspecting right down in here. I need my space. I need my alone time. And if I'm doing a lot of introspecting, I'm going to need around 2 days, especially if something major has literally happened in my life, or I'm facing something, or I've heard something really major. I will withdraw. I'll withdraw and I'll go inward. I will sit in total silence and I'll tune out the whole world. I'll put a candle right there in front of me, a little white candle, and I'll just stare at the flame. But I will just sit there in peace, and I'll just meditate, and I'll be silent. I will. I had a friend one time tell me, well, what did you do during that time? Well, I sat and I meditated. Well, you could have been doing something else. You could have been watching something educational. You could have been reading up on how to do this. Hello. No. Can I be me? I'm going to be me. Yeah, you are. Let me tell you something. If you need that time to sit, to sit, to figure things out, to sit in silence, to just drive somewhere, sit down, sit in your parked car somewhere to get some peace and quiet, take it. Take it. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. And you don't tell somebody what they needed to be doing during their time of serenity within their being. Don't be doing that, because that's not nice. Okay, that's not what a friend should do. Okay, or a loved one. It's not. People figure things out their own way. They have their own way of working things out. Okay, they do. And some there's people in here don't want to hear it, but I'm coming from the heart position right here. I'm coming from my heart. Give the people the space they need. Okay, don't try to force your life upon them. Okay, don't do it. Don't try to tell them what to do. Don't do it. Now, if someone reaches out to you, that's another story. That's another story. But don't try to force yourself onto others. Okay, don't try to do it. You may say, well, there are others who need somebody to force themselves on them to make them wake up. Okay. Well, if it's you, then the timing will be perfect. And when you do, it will be received. There'll be no flaws or nothing. Okay? Love really is the way to reach people. It is. But if you're dealing with difficult people, to each their own. Now, if you're watching this video and you say, it's okay for me to give my opinion of other people to them, since they don't want to listen, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them until they do listen. Why? Why? Warn a divisive person once. Warn them twice. Then after that, have nothing to do with them, if you want to go scripture. And then you're not supposed to be getting in other people's lives either. This is for someone. It's about giving your opinions out to people who did not even ask, and telling people how to live their life, what to do, what not to do, unless you know that they need help, or they want you to say something, but they don't know how to reach out. That's a different story too. You better use discernment all around. But there are people who really do. They want to tell you how to live your life, how to do things. Well, what if that doesn't work for them the way you want them to do it? And you say, oh, no, it will. It will. Well, if they don't want to listen, that's fine. Then drop it. If they do not want to listen, that's fine. You've said your piece, then leave it be. There's the flip side of that too. Leave it be. Don't keep hammering somebody, because they're going to turn on you, and they're going to start to resent your very presence, your very energy. Whenever your energy comes around, they're going to literally resent you. If you're in their face over and over and over and over again, they're going to get sick of looking at you, sick of seeing you come near, sick of hearing you send them a text message, sick of you calling them all the time. They are going to totally block you. They're going to block you out of their life, because it's too much. There is a such thing as too much of a person. There is, you all. People need space. Cool it down. You may say, well, this has happened to me in the past, and I still haven't made ends. Time heals wounds. Not all wounds, but it heals a lot of wounds. And sorry does a lot. It goes really far, especially when it comes from your heart. You can apologize. Say, I really didn't realize that. I wish you would have took the time to tell me that you were being affected like that. I didn't realize you felt that way. You should have told me you needed your space. I would have backed off. You can tell people that. You can literally apologize. I wish you would have told me. I'm sorry if I overstepped my boundaries. Please forgive me. I'll try to be better. Well, you will be better. You won't try. Yeah, you can apologize. You can take a clue too. And you can, even without them saying, I'm sorry, I'm going to just leave you the space, and I'm here for you if you ever need me. So you can say that. You can say that, you all. You can smooth it all out. You can. You can smooth it out with a heart-centered person. You really can. That's right. Because at times people who do like to give their unsolicited advice, their opinions of others, and they want to tell people how to do things, there may be some sincerity to it, and they very genuine, but that other person on the receiving end may not want that, and that may not be how they go forward the way that you go forward in life. Okay, it may not be, and just don't take it personal, you all. Don't take it personal. Don't do it. We're different, and I think that's how we get ourselves in trouble, our differences. If you haven't noticed, you can't be different. Really? You cannot be unique anymore. You can't. But that's all right. We're not going to go there, you all. The whole thing is, this message is for somebody. If you like to tell people what to do, if you're all too busy interfering in other people's lives, trying to tell them how to live their life, what to do, what not to do, where to go, what not to go, where not to go, what to spend their money on, what not to spend their money on, I think they probably know. And if they don't, well, they'll learn. They'll learn. Sometimes people need to learn the hard way too. But you can still love them. You can love at a distance. You can give a person the space they need. Just don't be forceful, you all. Some spirits, some beings, I don't want nobody forcing themselves on me in any shape, form, or whatever, because I got a big shield around me. It's going to be a big buffer. No, you're not going to, because that literally does. It rubs me the wrong way, and I don't like it. And I'm sure a lot of other people don't like it. Penny, honey. Well, I believe you. I believe you. There's a lot of people who are in relationships like that, who it's their way or the highway. It is. And or they want to keep a tab on you. Everything you do, you are supposed to tell them. They want to know where you are and all that kind of stuff. You all, this is it. I'm going to be going now. But this video was for somebody, because that's what came into my mind. There are people who are all too eager to give their opinion and their advice to others, and run them down to the ground. Run them down to the ground and stomp all over them. Yeah, don't let them. Don't let them run you to the ground and stomp all over you. Don't be a doormat to these type of people. You don't have to put up with it. You don't. You don't. You can, there is a way out. You can stand up for yourself. You can. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. And it may take several times before you can get it up, get it right, you all. It can. A lot of times. That's okay, you all. And that's all I got to say. That's it. I'm done. So with that being said, thank you for listening. If this was for you, then I hope that you got something out of it. If it wasn't, well, I hope you still got something out of it. And if you don't like it, well, sorry. Other people like it. It wasn't for you. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, Apple Brooks. Thank you, Susan B. Honey. Aw, that's right, you all. Have a wonderful afternoon, you all. Love you.